Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Nani, an episode where we discuss the anime that we're currently watching. And we're going to be talking about 3 episodes because we were very much behind on Go Go Loser Ranger. So, Go Go Loser Ranger. Oh, what the heck? Sorry. So, yeah, Go Go Loser Ranger. Season 2, episode 7, 8, and 9. So, let's get right to it because 7 was kind of odd. It was almost like episode 6 didn't happen, right? So we have the monster villain jalapeno, still is talking about, their range versus saying, oh, it's fake, blah blah blah. The show is on stage right there. But like I gotta say, man, season 2 seems to be all over the place. I heard that the manga is actually like much straightforward. It's not as com- com- conjugulated with all this shit going on right now because like it's all because like this monster exposing the rainforest. I'm like, wasn't that supposed to be Fighter D's purpose right there to expose them? It was very odd. It's very odd. But sorry, episode 7. We also have like D trying to kill Shidori right there, and Shidori's like, oh, what's up? And D is still hesitant trying to kill this guy right there. He pretty much calling you out, like, yeah, you ain't gonna do nothing to me, pretty much. So I was like, I'm gonna fast to go through seven and 8, and try to get to manage to get to 9 right there, right? So we have the green scourge gets a call, kaiju threat going on right there. They stop the kaiju, they clear on the mess right there. Uskabu runs off because she sees like an ID, but she's captured by this one lady, right? But what's so interesting is that while that's going on, Fighter D actually sees the red Dragon Keeper, like unguarded and everything like that, just staring at on the front right there. And every time he gets closer, he trips over something, he trips over something else, right? He gets closer, trips over something else, right? And honestly, in the best way that Fighter D can kill this guy, he accidentally trips over a boulder pebble and then accidentally kills the red Dragon Keeper, right? He's like, okay, he's dead. He's dead. He's dead. Woo! You know what I'm saying? So, one other thing that was very confusing was that after that, um, we see Hisui and Yumiko just watching TV right there, seeing, oh, the Red Dragon Keeper is still alive right there. I'm like, wait, didn't Yumiko just kill somebody right there? Kill that? Well, we don't know if she actually killed the one girl, but it's like, what's going on? What is she doing there? Was she knocked out? Then we see, her hanging out with Hisui. Now, I can only guess that the Chidori, like Chidori did knock out Yumiko. He probably like sent her over to their place right there. So like, yeah, I don't know, but like I said, it was just weird how they were both there though. Like honestly, now that I think about it, I want to see more interaction between Yumiko and Hisui. Like they're both badass chicks. Like if it's one thing that what I like about Go Loser Ranger is that yeah, I'm not saying the ladies are the strongest, but like the ladies are tough in this series. They're definitely tough, and I would just love to see a chemistry between Hisui and Yumiko. Probably won't get that, unfortunately, right? So now we're introduced to this new group called the Monster Protection Society, right? And Usukubo is actually part of that society, with her dad, being in charge, and Hisui actually wants to recruit Sakurama. In the postcard, she's basically said, I see always hesitating, speaking for monsters right now, take off that suit, come with me. And he's like, no, 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 can't let you go over my teammate right there. I'm gonna go with you, right? So that ends episode 7, and we get to episode 8. Here we are, at the Monster Protection Society right there, right? And so basically, we see, a couple of like also some of the people that are in this monster society were like people from episode 6, I believe, that Sakura saved. We see some other people at at the protests and stuff like that. And so, it's like, we're not gonna hurt these people, right? These are people. They're not enemies, right? But they actually have, some divine artifacts right there, and so they're kind of like not human in a way anymore, right? And Hisui and Sakura were working to leave because like Sakura was holding Usuku's father well, not gun but sword point, right? They're getting ready to leave until a boss monster comes through, and that pretty much gives that gives Hisui a reason to fight these humans, while Sakurama and Hisui's father are in a different space right there. And as they're fighting, the Yusuko's father does stab Sakurama, but she sees that he's regenerating. He knows that's actually a fire. It's like, oh my god, I mentioned a big fan of you right there. Ever since watching those fights with you guys and the Giant Keepers, always been on your side, yada blah blah. Like he's praising Fighter D, right? But like it all goes down the wash when it's like, you know what? We need without us humans, y'all would not be anywhere right now. So you pretty much did. She was right there, and Sakurama's and Friday's like, wait, what? Pretty much, it's like, oh, I forgot to tell you this about this. I forgot also about talk about this as well in episode 7, because I'm trying to speed track this thing. Um, the girl that Yukimo killed is actually alive. She's actually part of the Yellow Squadron now, right? Unless she's a clone, I don't know. But she in that scene where she's in the lab with her boss, the Yellow Dragon Keeper, pretty much saying that he's responsible for these kaiju's. He's the creator of them right there, because she killed one, right, and they weren't all mad. They're like, oh, so pretty much by your reaction right there, it shows that yeah, you do know about this stuff right there. So yeah, we should be worried about you right now, right? So I just want to clear that out right there, yeah, clear that out. But yeah, like after what Uzuko's father said to Fire Day, it's like, yo, like the hell, I'm not firing for y'all right now. Like now it's like, what the hell do I choose? Do I choose with the humans that are gonna die, or choose with the Monster Protection Society, where they they're gonna be a superior race, but humans are still helping them out right there, and it's kind of odd. It's really odd, right? But I will say when we get back to the main place, History is able to defeat those 4 people, right? But he's had a hard time with the boss monster. The boss monster, it looks like he's able to like stop their sentences. Like, he even says, "Don't see, you can't see, you can't speak, you can't speak." Right there, it's almost like see no evil. Right now, still believe Fire D cares about history. It's like, hey, let's take her as a hostage. Let's take her as a hostage, right? So we get to this live stream, right, where the Monster Protection Society is pretty much trying to expose the drag keepers, right? Saying your things are staged right there. You're using monsters, yada yada yada. This, that, and the third, right? And so while things may look good on them, right? Remember, this is still a live performance as well. So, the Yellow Dragon Keeper is like, oh, I've done some research on you guys, right? You guys actually did praise that monster in the church right there. And you guys are the survivors of it, where everyone else died. The Pink Ranger Dragon Keeper, she revealed, yeah, I was there. And I lost part of my body. And you know what? I'm gonna take out my mask right there and show who I am. So pretty much all the Dragon Keepers were showing their identity right there. It shows, hey, we're showing trust for the people right there. You know what I'm saying? Like we can't keep our secrets away from the public, right? Now look at the Dragon Keepers had them on edge, got the upper hand, right? But Uzuko's father says, "Hey, it's nice to meet you, Red Dragon Keeper." Which, by the way, we don't know who Fire D killed. I don't know if it's some type of fake or something right there, but we see Fire D is still alive, right? So Faraday shaking Uzuko's father's hand, right? Uzuko's father said, "Yeah, all those movies right there, you ain't shit. You ain't nothing like the real right there. You just a copy. You nothing, right?" And we all know the Red Dragon Keeper cares about his image, right? He was so angry, he ripped up the guy's arm right there. Now, granted, they thought it was on camera, but when people was recording it, it turned out to be, Holland. He actually was recording a whole entire scene right there. So now the whole public saw what the Red Dragon Keeper did, and now society hates Dragon Keepers right there. They all suck and everything. And what's interesting is that history's like, dang, I wish I could have seen that right there. I would love to see that reaction, right? And it just shows that Hisui does not like the Red Dragon Keeper, right? No one, I don't think anybody likes the Red Dragon Keeper, right? So yeah, she doesn't like it, but she was going to saw that, right? But now society is all for the Monster Protection Society, right? So we see, everybody, gang up with them, right? Now we do see the real Sakurama, and that one fighter, the girl. She actually takes Sakurama away because I get she doesn't want him to be part of this next part of the plan, right? Turns out, which we all know it was all going to be like some bullshit anyway. Turns out, the Monster Protection Society wants to turn people into monsters. Ooh, shocker right there. Now, we never going to betray him. I just didn't know what the angle was going to be. But yeah, it was going to betray him right there. And everyone's like saying, no, 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 no. So yeah, all the humans start turning to monsters right there. Now, the real Monster Protection Society, they can't wait to turn to monsters. They're looking forward to it, right? So they're all just being manipulated, right? So as it's going on, what you do see the Dragon Keepers come into the fray right there. Now, get to episode 9. Now, what I respect about Faraday is that he wants freedom his way. Yes, he wants to be free, but he doesn't want to be told what to do because it's like he's like, no matter what decision I choose sucks because like if I choose to be with Monster Hunter Protection Society, I'm still being governed by a human. I'm still like not free per se, right? If I side with the humans, I'm working with the Dragon Keepers that I work so hard to actually kill. It's like most my decision sucks, but like Fighter D is fighting for himself. I fight for my freedom. Y'all aren't gonna tell me what to do. I am not limited by society and your rules right there. So pretty much Fighter D is saying, F both of y'all. I'm gonna kill both of y'all, honestly. But I respect that. Like I really respect that. Like I said, Fighter D is a funny main character. Like so he's not the strongest. I'm not gonna say he's not the smartest. He has been able to use his knowledge to get him to win him some battles, but he's still a cool guy, and it's like what, I'm not being controlled. No one's gonna control me right there, and I truly truly respect that about Faraday. Right now, we see Yuko and Juji actually use some of the drugs to turn into monsters. Right, both into boss monsters. People that they defeated. So we have the snake and the one monster. I forgot their name though. So Yuko is the snake, and he uses the snake's power, to create a dream world. Even though it's a dream world, you can still die in real life. Now, Yell Keeper does appear. And man, we thought we had the Red Dragon Keeper, right? We're supposed to hate the Dragon Keepers, right? The Red Dragon Keeper is basically a Homelander, right? But the Yellow Keeper might be a little bit different, right? Might be on a lower level, right? The reason I say this because he talks about to Fighter D about the divine artifacts. He is the one that created monsters. Now, divine artifacts belong to the dragon gods, right? And people, it would be dragon gods would be say to these people, right? Into certain people, right? So he wanted that power. He wanted that power at all costs, right? He would go and he would use experiments to get those powers. Basically, all those divine artifacts are people. So after all the experiences he has done, those people that he used are now artifacts right now. And he says only one survived. And it turns out to be Yumiko. So we kind of see as it hasn't really fully shown yet, like hasn't really explained it, but we see as to why Yumiko wants to kill, wants to stop the dragon because you know what, she's part of the dragon god. She's one of the survivors, so she wants to kill the dragon keepers. So I was amazing more so. No, 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 no. The whole dragon keepers actually, not just Yellow Keeper, but the whole dragon keepers. Right? It's she wants revenge. Like we all know that Yumiko has that has that silent cold eyes right there, like deadly cold eyes. But she does have a heart. She does care about people right there. But you know what? She had to go undercover, to get close to the Grand Keepers to kill them. So yeah, I understand why she wants to kill them now. Like she hasn't fully explained it, but we can kind of see where the where her story is coming from, right? Now, Magita does return. As I said, Magita does return, and Faraday does fight. What the hell? Oh no, no, my bad, my bad. I'm going over this right there. That's terrible right there, right? But no, listen. Yellow Giant Keeper is pretty shitty, right? And sorry, I didn't write this my notes right there because I feel as though Yukio and Juji just I didn't really care about them. But Juji uses her powers, and to make a long story short, the Yellow Giant Keeper stopped Juji by killing his own man because her artifact power was was reflected in her attacks, right? And it's like, well, just don't aim at her, right? So he aimed at his guy, dices up his guy, and dices up Juji right there, and yeah, kills both of them right there. And yeah, listen, we saw a little about Yukio and Yuji's backstories. I'm like, it's whatever. Honestly, like I didn't really care for them. Like I get it, you want to show people's backstories, but it's like at least make them be important. Normally, when you show someone's backstory, it's kind of an important character. But those two characters, I really did not consider them. Consider them important at all. And so, yes, I said Yukio uses no Juji uses more of the drug, the fully transform into Magade, the snake right there, and so he still kind of fight everybody else, but the yellow giant keeper does manage to escape the dream world. Him and his assistant, and his assistant just said, "You know what? You truly are evil. You're really evil." And the difference between the yellow giant keeper and red giant keeper is that he says, "I don't care. Like I gotta do what I gotta do. I don't give an F. I can care less about anybody right there. I do what I want all for the sake of science." He didn't say that, but I'm saying like, but listen, you can just tell that he does not care. Now, to be fair, I feel as though for Red Dragon Keeper, he is the face of the other Dragon Keeper, so it's like he has to put on this image right there. So it's like you kind of understand why it has to put on this fake facade. Whereas the other Dragon Keeper is like he's not held to the same standards as the Red Dragon Keeper. Like not like he still has to be cordial amongst the people right there, but it's like it's not like he's the face of the organization. You know what I'm saying? But like nonetheless, though, Yellow Dragon Keeper is a piece of shit. Said experiment on people all the time, and here's the thing: he said he didn't care if he failed. He's like, I'm gonna go it again and again and again and again. If I fail, if I fail, I don't care. I want this power right there. And like I said, anytime we have that, somebody looking like that with a team and shit like that, not all the time, but most of the time they're evil. Like a lot of scientists in anime are just straight up evil. And yeah, like I said, he is a straight evil. And you know what? And then Harrison was like, yeah, we need an evil hero like you. And it's like, we do not need a guy like that. We do not need a guy like that. No, 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 no. We do not. We do not need a guy like that. But that's your man's, right? Feel free because he got to sacrifice you too. He got to sacrifice you too. Like, like if I were, him, I would be like, I'm gonna F out of here. Fuck all this. But she's gonna learn. She's gonna learn. She's gonna learn. But um, like I said, it does transport Fire out of there. And he does run into Usuko and actually do end up fighting, but Usuko doesn't know that Fire transported to Sakura right there. So the truth will be revealed pretty soon. And yeah, and then also we see Hisui with the real Sakura right there, and Suzu's like, "You're Sakurama, aren't you?" He didn't reveal himself. He didn't say yes, but she knows. She knows. And then in post credit scene, we see that the Red Dragon Keeper confronts Yumiko. So that's commission to see right there. So yeah, it's a long video right there because I forgot to post. I 3 episodes behind right there, but here we are on check right now. But let me know what you guys think right there. I said seasons kind of go all over the place right there, but it's still pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. We have like a few episodes left. I believe it's gonna have 12 episodes. So we have that's episode 9. So we have 10, 11, 12. Yeah, a lot of these seasons that start in April, they're ending soon. But we have July, man. July looks like it's gonna be a power as well too. But like I said, let me know, guys, think about this video in the comment section below. Subscribe to be part of this family. Be sure to follow me on my social media accounts in the search box below. And also remember, Jake will say, everybody, there is no such thing as a life better than yours. Have a good night, everybody. Take care.